How do you play D&D?
Oh my god, no wait, we're here. Hi, hello. Hello everybody. Welcome to a very, very special episode of the Venture Maidens. This is the end of Kara's arc. So the end of arc 3 of our show. And as is tradition, towards the end of these arcs here we are for this one-on-one episode. Are you excited, Sage?
Oh man, I'm so excited. I forgot how to play
Oh
D&D.
my god, it was just like, I was like, what is this dice? Like, what do you, I just,
Well, I have so many of them.
like, what are they all for? Why? Yep. So that's today. We're gonna figure out how to play D&D. We're also gonna resolve some shit that happened. Yeah, hopefully, or maybe we won't. I don't know. Again, it's D&D. It could be crazy. It could be weird. I don't. Who knows?
The whole world ends, it just
Uh,
happens.
it's a living. Yeah, so I guess before we dive in, oh yeah, right, we should introduce ourselves. So Sage, you go right after me this time.
Oh, I was gonna wait 10 seconds
Okay, all right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Venture Maidens. I will be your dungeon master, Celeste Conowitch.
And I am your beneficent barbarian,
Ooh.
Kara Brynhilda, played by Sage. I'm repping the raid shirt today
Hell yeah.
to end this beautiful arc of my beautiful, beautiful girl.
Yeah, I'm repping Katie's pin here, the Raven Queen. She has nothing to do with this arc, but you know, get me a Lolth pin, and we'll see, Katie. But yeah, so Sage, the burden is up to you now to tell all these fine folks at home what happened last time on our double feature.
How is that different than any other week, Celeste?
Well, I wasn't gonna say it, but you can say it.
No, Nassim does a really great job with recaps, and so does Katie. Yes, so we had just encountered the Yakel.
Mm-hmm.
That was there as we started to lead down into this cavern, and we pretty swiftly took care of it.
Yeah, it was pretty just murder.
Yes. just
Absolute
casual
murder. Yeah.
And seeing the Yakel was a big deal because they are the handmaidens of Lolth and only can be summoned by like high priestesses. Mm-hmm. So it was a big deal that they knew we were coming. And so after that, we started adventuring down this path that curved around this black pillar that has been kind of like been dug like around. And we investigated the pillar, thought up some theories about what's going on here. Why are they digging this hole? And we got down to the base of it where there's another tunnel that went down into this room. And I think the first one was the one with all of the dead bodies piled up. Yeah. There are like tons and tons of Durgar bodies and some drow. And then there were these doors that had all these amazing like arcane symbols of warding and sealing and protection from all faiths. Like this was clearly a group effort to seal this door, and it was open. Imagine that.
Good news.
Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. Open door policy.
And so we're like, well, this is the only way to keep going. And we came into like a little antechamber before there's a big chamber that was full of drow and Boltana's boo.
Nalfian.
It
was actually Arafel's boo.
Oh. Ooh,
drama. Yeah.
Oh man. Nalfian now learned can confirm.
Can confirm is named Nalfian.
Is Arafel's boo. So and he and a couple of the Durgar and some other drow people were holding off, and we kicked some butt, a lot of butt, and then Kara's attention was captured by this glittery ward that she promptly ran through into a chamber where Boltana was dealing some magic with this glowy red orb thing, and we couldn't move, otherwise we would attract the ire of the orb, and it would
Mm-hmm.
zap you with powerful magic juju.
Giant bug trap, yes.
And she's like, well, I'm gonna take your soul, one way or another. And Kara's like, okay.
What?
I don't think you understand. And then she was shanked by Rem, and Rem was like, okay, so I'm gonna take this magic thing, and Kara's like, okay.
um,
I don't like where this is going, and Rem's like, well, if you let me take the thing, I'll help you bring your parents back. And Kara's like, you're rude.
yeah, excuse me.
So Kara reluctantly goes with Rem, or agrees to help Rem, because if she had never taken this opportunity, then she would spend the rest of her life regretting it. And so she made a personal, heartfelt choice, and then Rem threw a dagger in her forehead, like you do.
Uh-huh.
Just as Farah and Saye and Arnadel and Severus run in, see Kara dead on the floor, Rem like hiding behind the sarcophagus thing, and she I don't know, does some magic with the suit of armor. Is I guess now because she liked the first one so much, apparently. Now she's back in a suit of armor, and Kara's dead, and
and that's what happened. Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, hit all the basics. Thank you everybody for the subscribings. Thank you Muffin for giving everybody awesome stuff. Thank you all for being here. This is gonna be a wild episode. Yeah.
Woo!
So that's where we're starting off. Last thing you knew, Kara, you were standing in this chamber. You had seen this sarcophagus-like structure out in the middle of the room with this black suit. It looked like a suit of armor, maybe plate mail, had been splayed out, and Rem had been telling you that she needed this. And you had made a deal. You had agreed to let her go on with whatever she intends to do, and she would help you get your family back or put them to rest, or you're not really sure exactly how that was going to be accomplished. But before you could say anything further, you had felt this incredible pain directly between your eyes, and the world had gone black. So that's where we're beginning. It's dark for a moment, and all you can hear is the smooth paddle sound of something moving through water. And it's a very gentle sound, very rhythmic as this happens. And your vision starts to clear, almost like a fog is being lifted from your mind. And you feel on either, there's a gentle swaying to wherever you are. You're in a boat, a small rowboat that is traveling on this very, very still river. And as you look to either side of you, you see pretty much just barren landscape, just black, jagged rock that's devoid of any plant life, any animal life, anything. And as you look towards the front of this boat, you see the person who's rowing on either side has this long paddle that they're dipping into the water on either side. 1, 2, 1, 2. And this figure is just swathed in these black robes. So you can't see anything of their face. All you can see is the gloved hand that is moving this paddle back and forth. And on the very, very front of the boat here, there's a long stick that has a lantern that's swinging gently with the movement of the boat.
As Kara opens her eyes, and she kind of like rubs them and like rubs her head, and then as she kind of realizes that she can see and then sense things again, she kind of slowly puts her eyes down and looks around nervously, and
you feel
this
incredible pain, like right between your foot, like the worst splitting headache you've ever had.
And she looks up at the robed figure and, what, where am I? Where's Rem?
The figure doesn't respond to you. They just continue to row the sides of the boat. And a voice from behind you, so sitting about one bench row back on this boat, it's just the two of you here. You hear a, "So, what are you in for?"
In for what? What are you in for?
Yeah, and do you turn around in the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see sitting behind you on this second row is a dwarven man. And he has a long beard that's very well kempt and long tresses as well. And they are just coal black. And he is dressed in this very simple sort of linen rough spun shift. And as you look at yourself, you actually realize you're dressed in the exact same thing as this person here. You don't have anything on you. You don't have your pack, your armor, nothing. But this figure, as they look at you, they don't have eyes. They just have two golden coins that have been placed there. So it's very disconcerting as this figure looks at you. You can tell they're looking at you, but you can't see their eyes. And he kind of furrows his brows and says, "Well, this is purgatory. So, what are you in for?"
Purgatory? What? Wait, I'm dead? And like seeing his gold coin eyes, she immediately like touches hers, like, what? Did I miss something?
You don't have anything. It just feels normal.
What's up with the gold coins? I don't know. I'm like friends with some like, I don't know, demigod of death, so sure she's gonna figure it out.
Right. Okay. Well, I don't know anything about that, but I died and now I'm here. And I've been riding on this boat for a really long time, and then all of a sudden you were here. So, and he kind of like indicates like towards the rest of this river around you. And now that he points it out, you actually see that there are many, many other boats that are drifting just along, and all of them have one occupant, and all of them have this golden glint to their eyes, and they're all kind of sitting forward in the boat, most of them hunched, looking just completely miserable on boats identical to your own.
So this is new. Yeah, what's up with the gold coin eyes?
What do you mean?
You have gold coins over your eyes.
And he kind of like touches his face. He's like, oh, that's, I don't know.
Wait, so you've never had anyone else ever in this boat?
No, it's just been me.
Why does no one else have someone in the boat?
I just died, so I don't really have any of these. And this guy, he doesn't talk. No matter what you ask, they don't talk. They never do.
She's gonna go, like, try and like stand up on the boat and go and try and touch the person rowing to see if she can actually touch them.
Yeah, and the boat like shifts under your weight because this is like a small rowboat. So as you stand up, yeah, it swings kind of from side to side. And as you like look and like you catch your gaze falls to the water. There is no reflection in the black waters of this river. They just seem like this fathomless depth. And you reach out a hand onto this figure's shoulder, and you can feel bones underneath it. It's like maybe there is some skin there, but it doesn't feel like a full normal shoulder. And then you just hear a and the figure kind of like turns the hood towards you and then resumes rowing.
She immediately like lifts her hand up like, oh, okay.
I told you.
Well, I mean, have you tried jumping in the water yet?
You don't. This is the river Styx. If you jump in, then, well, you forget everything.
Is it really made of sticks? And she
I
like goes to like put her hand in.
don't do that. And he stops you from, he grabs your wrist. Like, I'm not, I don't know how I know, but I know that if you touch that water, horrible things are gonna happen.
Hmm. Okay. So
Um,
we're just supposed to sit here forever?
uh, well, yeah, I guess. Uh, what's your name?
Name's Kara. Kara Brynhild of the Embasunder clan.
It's nice to meet you, Kara. I'm, and he takes a moment. He kind of furrows his brow. He's like, my name, I, I, I can't remember my name.
So you forget if you're in the water. You forget if you're in the boat. It seems.
And he puts a hand to his face. Maybe I touched the water. I, I can't remember. Hmm. And he like kind of hunches like down on himself and
Mm-hmm.
seems like he's really trying hard to remember what happened. And you feel the boat actually shifts slightly. So this straight course that you've been following now is kind of moving off towards one of the shores. And he looks back up at you. He's like, What's happening?
I guess we're going to shore?
You mean you're getting off? You have a stop?
I sure hope so.
Excuse me, sir, may and he's like addressing the black robed figure. Like, are we getting?
Mm-hmm.
Can we get off now? Is this what's happening? And the figure goes, only her. Oh, got
Kara,
it.
her eyes kind of widen, like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. This could go either way. But like makes her way towards like the edge of the boat to get off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the boat continues to move towards that edge line, and sure enough, you see, and you didn't see it before, but suddenly it kind of appears. There's a small dock that your boat pulls up to, and you see a bunch of these other figures in these other boats. They all turn towards you, watching like this very strange thing that's happening. So you see the golden glint of many of these coin eyes focused on you as you bump up against the boat or the dock edge,
Mm-hmm.
and the figure in black holds out a hand to you.
She kind of just like very like reticent, just puts her like accepts their help.
And the hand just stays there, and the guy behind you is like, I think you have to pay him.
And she's like, oh. And reaches, just like out of habit, would just try and reach into pockets to grab something.
And there's just nothing. There's nothing in your pockets. You don't even have shoes on. You're just in this like brown spun thing, and he watches you for a moment, and he's like, you know what? Why don't you have one of mine? And he like pulls off one of these golden coins and hands it to you.
Thanks. And she takes it very gently and gives it to the ferryman.
Yeah, and he takes the coin and like you holds it close to his face, and there you catch a flash of like a chin, and you can see it's just like if all of the skin was flayed from a face. You can see the taut muscles like of a jaw around these skeletal like chin bones, and like puts it into a pocket.
Well, it's been nice knowing you, and I will take my leave. She starts to try and get onto the dock.
Yeah, and you climb unceremoniously out of the boat, and the guy who is sitting there, he's like, uh, Kara,
Yeah.
be safe out there. This place, the rules aren't the same. And as you look back at him, there's just something really familiar about him all of a sudden. And you see where that coin was, there's actually a green, almost emerald like eye, and he winks. And then the ferryman pushes off the
Mm-hmm.
dock, and the boat moves to resume this course.
Kara, yeah, is a little unnerved, but makes her way down the dock towards whatever shore she should find
Yeah.
herself on.
And now that you look and yeah, you turn away from the waters of this river, and you see now that this black stone that's like just accompanied the scene right before you, it stretches up and opens into the mouth of a cavern that leads down into the earth, like directly at the end of your dock.
Mm-hmm. She definitely, yeah, makes her way over there.
Yeah. And as you're stepping and the stone is jagged and hard beneath your feet, it's almost like stepping on glass. So you're sort of gingerly like trying to walk through this tunnel. You head forward and it is dark in here. I mean, you have dark vision, but it is dark.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the floor and the walls begin to change. They start to become sticky and soft with something that you can't quite see what it is.
She's going to lean down and, yeah, investigate it, try and figure out what it could be, like a moss or,
And as you're picking it up and kind of like rolling it in your hands, spider webs.
she's just like, ah, god damn it.
Yep. Um, so and these webs surround the floor and the walls. It's like a spider came in here and just coated the entire surface of this tube that you're walking down at this point.
She like stands up and kind of brushes herself off and like peels the web off her fingers. She's just like, I know I didn't make a lot of great choices, but I can't. Man, I don't deserve to go to hell. And she just starts walking down this cavern like, fuck.
Yep. So you're continuing down the cavern, and your feet are sticking to these webs as you're going, and you're kind of holding out your hands to make your way down this tunnel, but not touching anything at the same time. And you do feel yourself descending downward, and eventually you begin to hear clicking sounds, that chittering sound, feeling just the echo of these caverns, and you know that there are spiders somewhere out there in the dark, but you can't see them, and there's nothing to do but to keep moving forward. And as this is all occurring to you and happening, suddenly the chamber that you're in opens up,
Mhm.
and you see that there are two identical iron doors in front of you.
She goes up to the one on the right and tries to see if it'll open.
Okay. The handle, you have to shake it a little bit, and you have to like brace yourself against it. But eventually you do hear like an unsealing sound, and a bunch of dust falls as you open it up. This was the one on the right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Ooh, hell yeah. That is a 24.
Okay. Yeah, so and as you open this door, you can hear something like a writhing sound coming from deeper in this room, and like a soft crying.
She immediately goes towards the sound of the crying, trying to like to see if she can find anyone who's in distress or some.
Yeah, and as you push on past this door, you find yourself, you're in this very, very large room. It's almost like a twisted cathedral of some version. As you look at it, everything is made of these like black obsidian spires, and there are stained glass motifs like filling the walls, but they're of these like lots of blood red, like crimson scenes of spiders and drow and just
Mm-hmm.
webs like crisscross against all the pillars of this room and the benches. And you see that up at the front of this space, in sort of like what would be the altar. In a normal church, there's this thick, sticky mass of webbing that has formed this like cocoon around something that is like struggling, completely suspended up in the air, but so encased in webbing that you
Mm-hmm.
can't determine exactly what it is.
She immediately looks around to find something like one of those long candle snuffers.
Yeah. So there are some candelabras throughout this space that are
Yeah.
made of kind of like black jagged iron,
Yeah.
that stand really tall. So yeah, you want to.
Yeah, she definitely grabs one and goes and tries to like cut the web to knock the person down.
Yeah, go ahead and give me some kind of athletics check or.
Yeah. 14.
Okay, yeah, so you start like hammering away at these sticky webs. And these webs are thick. And we're talking like human wrist, like thick. Something has woven this up here. So you are like sawing through and trying to cut at these, and you're managing to free these strands very slowly. But all the while this figure is again just making these sounds like, no, no, I will not serve you. No matter what you do, I will not serve you.
Hey, don't worry. I'm cutting you down.
Mm.
I'm gonna get you out of here.
Who are you? You're another one of their tricks. And the voice, Kara, is very familiar to you.
Okay. It's my name's Kara. I'm new in town.
Kara, no. You are not my daughter, fiend. Get away from me. Get away from me.
No, it's really me, I promise.
More
I
of your
just died.
Tricks. Your drow tricks.
And she like starts like trying to hack at the thing more while she's trying to figure out what what she should do. She's like, I'll tell you something that only I would know.
and yeah, eventually you're like sawing through, and now this figure inside is like struggling rapidly, and you recognize this as the voice of your father, Pharrellin. Who is just, yeah, absolutely just freaking out at this point, not knowing what to believe, and like the webs are swinging, and finally, like you sever that top connection, and with a thunk, they fall on the floor, just like fighting against these bonds that just have them completely encased.
And she immediately starts like clawing at the webbing to try and like rip it open to help get him out. And she's like, no, Dad, it's me, I promised. I just died. I was brought here. There's a boatman. When you were born, you had 6 toes, but then in a knife throwing accident, one got cut off. I know it's me, Dad, I promise.
And he is like, you're like trying to pull these webs off, and he's like biting at your fingers, and like you can see that like his skin has all of these tiny little scars all over it, as if they were bites that happened over and over again and have scabbed and then be rebitten and open. And you can see his skin is this pallid color that has these like black and green veins coursing through it, like so much poison has been like pumped into his system over and over again. He's looking at you wildly. Go ahead and make me some kind of persuasion check or something.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh my god. Well, I'm one of many, probably. My god. They're all coming out. Yeah, and you are like saying these things to him and like trying to like hold him down, and like eventually he sort of stops moving, and he's breathing very, very rapidly, and you can see these glassy eyes like fixate sort of on you. So he seems to be listening now, and he's calmed down a lot.
Okay. She takes a breath and pauses, and she just like throws her arms around him and just like pulls him in close for a tight hug.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm sorry I left that.
Yeah, and he's like up against your chest, and his arms are sort of free, but like as you're pressing him to you, he starts to inhale, and he's like, "How are you here? Where are you really dead? Did she get you too?"
It's oh god, it's a long story. I mean, I guess we're trapped in hell, so we got time, but she did not get me. Uh I work for a mercenary organization that used to be run by a cousin of death or daughter. I don't really remember. I'm kind of shifty on the details. So she killed me so that I could come here and find and save you guys.
Eh, he's held against your chest, and he is just like he's weeping now. At this point, you feel like the water like soaking into your
Yeah.
tunic thing. You realize he's dressed very much in the same sort of attire, though it looks like it's been torn to hell over whatever kind of beatings he's been through. And he's looking around. It's I don't know how long it's been. It never stops, Kara. It's just every day they come. And where is Morgan? Have you found him?
Not yet, but and she begins still tearing at the rest of the webbing to help get him out, and I haven't found him yet.
Yeah, and
You're the first one I found.
he like presses his palms against the stone floor and sort of like tries to get his bearings together, and he's like, we have to find him. If I've been like this, who knows what they've done to him.
We'll find him. Don't worry.
Kara. And he like holds out a hand to your face. He's like, you're so old now. And he laughs and pushes like a hand on the other side of your face.
She definitely like laughs, and she's like, you don't look so great yourself, Pops.
Yeah. What? And he like lets out this hysterical laughter again, and just puts a hand on your shoulder. He's like, let's leave. Let's leave.
Yeah, and she definitely helps him stand up. Yeah, and like get to walking.
Mm-hmm. And he looks. My staff, my symbol. We probably don't have anything in this place.
I got a potato sack. I found this candelabra, so there's something.
That's a good start. All right. Well,
Maybe.
Now you've got me. Whatever help I'll be. Oh God. And he's just scurrying now, like out of the temple at this point. And as you push back through the doors, there's only that other door on the side, or back the way you came.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, that's where. So found you. Haven't gone through this one yet, and she tries. Yeah, shoulders it open.
Yeah. And for Ellen, he like puts a hand on one wall. He's like, great work. And as you like pop open this door, and the same kind of effect, dust of decades of whatever this has been falls away from the door frame, and immediately sounds of chaos come to your ears as you see your village out in front of you. So you are far under the mountains here, and you see the tiered layers of where you used to live, but the houses are burning. Everything is burning. The scent of acid and fire is just all around you, and everything is crackling, and how you must have imagined it was when your village was attacked, but you weren't there, so just guesswork.
She immediately stops and she shakes her head in disbelief, and she's like, "This is fucked up."
What? Well, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Wherever we've been, this is all pretty fucked up.
And she grabs her dad's hand and starts just like head down, like just like yeah, just blowing straight forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you move forward into town, and the sounds of combat and struggle and swords clanging are all around you,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't see anyone. Like in the streets, it's the sounds of a battle, sound of groans and painful cries and the chirping of spiders of all kinds, but nothing. You can't see anything until you begin to make your way through the streets. And then out of one of the buildings far off, you hear a voice ring out, "Kara! Are you here? Kara!" And just like a kicking open of a door as you see Morgan, your other father, just going to town with this axe, trying to destroy like doors and running in and out and just blindly moving through the streets and swinging his axe as if dealing death blows to something, but there's nothing.
She immediately yells out and starts just full on bolting to him. "Yes, I'm here."
Yeah, and you run up, and it's that same thing. It reminds you of all the times you've seen him before. You're trying to speak to him, and his mouth is open. Now you can hear it as he's saying, "Kara! Kara! Where are you?" And he's moving through this. He can't see you. And as you look, like, his eyes are clouded over. And he continues to fight invisible foes, moving his way through the streets, looking for you.
And she calls down to her other dad, and she's like, "Look, he's over here. Come here. Help me figure this out."
Yeah,
He
doesn't
know.
Pharrellin is like holding himself, moving from house to house and trying, rushing his best, and he gets up there like panting, and he looks just heartbroken, like as he's watching this happen, and what's he fighting? There's nothing there. He can't win if there's nothing there.
And then Kara, like, she has this like bing light bulb over her head moment, and she's like, "Then we gotta fight him." And then she like looks around to try and find like a stick or a semblance of a weapon.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your candelabra.
Yeah, she looks at the candelabra in her hand and goes to try and like whack at him with it.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll against your dad.
Family
drama.
22.
Okay, yeah. What are you like aiming? What's the move?
I guess she would be using it probably like a war pike, and so she would try and like get a jab towards like the inside of his thigh.
Yeah. So you go and you bring it up and you slam, and he responds like as he whips around with this lightning speed and this axe that he has in his hand, which is just like the shittiest, like most terrible axe ever. And he goes and he like blocks your blow, and as this happens, it like you see him like shocked with the weight of like encountering something, and he looks up and his eyes are clear, and he's like, "Kara?" And
"I finally found you. I can hear you."
"Kara, you're safe. Where are? What?
We're in hell.
He crushes you to him, but he's also like completely, he's adrenaline focused, like looking around for these drow that he's been fighting. And Pharrellin also like comes in and moves, and he also like embraces him, and you're all in this like family group like
hug.
Yeah, you're being hugged by your dad.
Oh my
god. And he kind of pushes you gently away from him and looks. I've been fighting off the drow. I've been looking for both of you, but I couldn't find you anywhere. and now they're all gone, and I'm. Uh, oh, I'm sorry. We're in hell. What's going on?
You're dead. Uh, we lost as she like motions towards the village and towards like the town that's just on fire. We You lost, you died, and now you're here living this torment. And I found Dad in a room next to this one, strung up and encased in web. And I just got here in hopes to save you from this limbo.
I see. And Morgan sort of looks over to Pharrellin, who this wherever we are, this certainly is not a fate we should have met. This is some kind of in between. If Moradin had anything to say about this, what happened that we were brought here?
So, because they weren't able to kill me, the little ritual or whatever they were trying to do didn't work. So,
Ritual?
you're
What?
the high priestess Arafel. She, uh, I guess, was demanded to give Lolth a present in the form of our noble family's blood to please her. And, yeah. So that's why she came after us in the first place. But since I was on the surface, she didn't get me. I went back after I had heard that you had been captured. Uh, but I was too late.
Pharrellin puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of gives you a squeeze. None of this is your fault.
It's starting to feel like that. It's been feeling. Thanks.
And Morgan said, well, you're here. You came and you got us. You did the honorable thing, and let's end this.
Now let's get the hell out.
Well, all right, how are we supposed to do that? And Morgan sort of looks at Pharrellin. Pharrellin is a cleric of Moradin. A very powerful cleric who was sort of always the spiritual leader, sort of your people. And Pharrellin thinks, and if this is some kind of limbo, and this is because of some interrupted ritual, perhaps there is something we can do to offset that or to interfere with it in some way. Did the ritual happen here or anywhere nearby?
It happened down in their lair. I had to snoop around for weeks.
I see. Well, perhaps if you can take us there, I don't know, we can break it, we can interfere somehow, and we can put an end to this. And Morgan says, Kara, we're clearly not getting out of this alive.
What do you mean?
Well, we're dead, as you've stated, but perhaps...
I mean, so am I.
Well, I certainly hope you didn't take drastic measures to get here. But perhaps if we manage to get out of this and we go to Moradin's side where we belong, there's something he can do for us, for you. Anything must be better than this place.
I agree with that.
Well then, I think our course is set. Let's continue onwards and try to find where this happened. I mean, we have nothing else to do.
and she chuckles a little bit, is like, yep. Okay, over here. And she starts leading down towards the other side of the village, towards
Mhm.
the mouths of caverns that she would know where where drow patrols like to come out of and snoop around and
Yeah.
make her way.
Yeah, you start making your way out of this area and down into the tunnels that lead further and further into the depths. Um, your two fathers walking behind you, and they're sort of like whispering between themselves. And eventually Morgan calls out, "So, did you keep up with your training? Are you a fighter or
And
or
and she like almost keels over in laughter because it's just like, oh, Dad.
what? I just wanted to know.
Ah,
Pharrellin always thought you would end up a priest for some reason, and Pharrellin's like, well, who knows?
and she just like is just having these like floods of memories coming back of like, times where your dad sat her down and like, you gotta think about what you want to do for the rest of your life, like like trying to have these big life conversations. And she's like, well, I gotta say I'm a damn good fighter. I, I
And
work
Morgan
for
goes, ah! Pharrellin's like,
I work for a mercenary organization called the Sisters of Sorrow, and I've made some pretty good friends out of it. And now I got this, and she motions to her. She points at her palm.
oh, a tattoo.
Oh, it's a brand.
Oh, is that's nice.
Dad, you would be into this. The gods of fate. Like, they're like the sisters. I spoke to gods. Maybe I will be a priest. Who knows?
I can't say I know much about the surface world gods, but they sound
Fair.
All faith is helpful and strength based. And Morgan's like, Morgan goes, so, anyone special in your life? Or, up there on the surface, any nice dwarves? Or, yeah.
Oh my god, I wish you could meet my girlfriend. She is so cute. She's an adorable gnome and she builds shit and she taught me how to read and she's just really smart.
A gnome? Oh, okay.
Her name's Gidget.
Oh, she sounds nice. And Frellin's like, yes, she sounds very nice.
She's like, well, I mean, I hope you could come back to life. That would be really great. I would like for you to meet her. Yeah.
Well, we'll see, won't we? It's just, it's nice that we have whatever time we do. This, certainly is a surprise.
Yeah, gotta shake things up down here every once in a while.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and make a survival check as you're navigating down these tunnels?
Nice. Character sheet. Oh, I should really move that down into the screen. That would make my life easier. Survival.
Be easy.
It is a 25.
Damn, dude. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I
know these caverns like the back of my hand.
You do. You can smell the drow. And as you are smelling the drow, moving down expertly down caverns and twisting tunnels and surfaces, it's all going a lot faster than you remember. I mean, this journey took you days to get down here, but it's like space and time is compressed in this place, whatever it is, this limbo place. And soon you do find yourselves entering on that main cavern that housed this drow city. And as you look around, you do see that the tall, nightmarish architecture of the drow filling up this cavern. But again, like that like that scene you were in before, it's like you hear sounds of a population, of a thriving town, but there's no one here.
Mm-hmm. She starts looking around and she's like, and she turns to her fathers and says, "This place gives me the same feeling as when we were in our town. This maybe this is hell for someone in this place." Maybe then she begins starting to look around to see if she can find anyone.
Yeah, so you continue to press forward, and they're also keeping their eyes out here. Um, and as you make your way towards the center square of town, which is where this giant sacrifice happened, you begin to
Mhm.
see that the cobblestone streets, they're carved in these emblems of spiders that reach out towards the center point, like the center web. And you see those large stones ringing this central platform here. And you hear a voice calling out, "Where am I? I demand to know what you have done to me. Somebody answer me immediately. Someone." And you like there's this like rapping sound like coming
Mhm.
from the center of these these stones.
Kara, yeah, she looks back and she's like, "Wait, over here," and starts, yeah, heading over towards the person.
Yeah. And they're both Pharrellin and Morgan kind of crouch in like sort of combat ready pose, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't have anything, so they like hold out
Yeah.
their hands like ready to judo chop something. Uh, so they're like creeping up behind you. And as you approach the steps of this place, you see someone else very familiar to you. A certain drow matron mother, dressed in this burlap sack, walking between the pillars here. And again, like as you look and you step in, almost everything is preserved as it was. You see the red staining these stones and like the chains wrapped around them where the bodies of your family were hanging when you found them, left to rot for days in this place. The bodies aren't there, but all the
Mm-hmm.
marks of this ritual are, all the profane markings, carvings, everything. But Arafel is just walking around in the middle of all of this, demanding to the sky to know where she is.
Oh my god, Kara just as like as soon as she realizes who it is, and I bet she just like looks like ass.
Yeah, yep.
Like her hair's all fucked up, and Kara's just like she sees her and she just like just loses it. She just start like almost laughing hysterically on the ground, and she's just like, "That's that's the bitch.
And
She's dead."
she turns like to you like as this happens, and you see, yeah, her like gaunt white face that's just very
Mm.
thin skin of somebody who's lived for just so long. She like it's that pale ashy gray. She turns towards you with her red eyes just furious. She's like, "You, what are you doing here? What have you done to me?"
I didn't do a thing. Not yet, anyway. We're all dead.
That's that's impossible. This must be a dream or a drawing or something.
Nope. You dead. I would love to know how because I'm so curious and also a little upset that I didn't do it. Because as she like points to the chains and the blood, she's like, "We have a score to settle, but I'll take it."
Kara, why don't you go ahead and make a perception check for me?
22.
Okay. You didn't see it at first, but now that the matron mother is like screaming in your face, you see that there is this faintest red line that travels right between her eyes and a single drop of blood that's running like down the bridge of her nose.
And Kara like throws her hand over her mouth and she's like, "Oh my god, Rem killed you."
Who? Who is this Rem? I demand to know what is going on here, and if you will not answer my questions, I don't need weapons to kill you. And she, like, throws forward a hand and, like she's casting some kind of
Uh-huh.
spell and just... she, like, says something in Drow and she, like, casts out her hands again. What is happening? She's, like, screaming to the sky.
Kara, like, just, like, super condescendingly just pats her on the shoulder and it's like,
don't touch me.
She makes, like, this face.
This is not acceptable. And she, like, starts to, like, backpedal away from you, and she's freaking out at this point, and she begins to call, my lady, I need your assistance. Come to me in this place. If ever there was a time, I need you now, Loth, please. And the cavern floor begins to shake. The stones move of this place as a minor tremble starts from the very center of this altar here. And that clicking of spiders that's been in the background this whole time grows to an orchestral volume as it fills this cavern. And you see a dark shape begins to move on the cavern ceiling, which is far, far above you. It's like the shadows are coalescing into a form with this bulbous body that's moving and crawling across the surface of this cavern. And then this steel cable-like of a web begins to spiral down with this dark figure at its center. And landing on one of these tall stone monoliths that surround this area, you see the shadow starts to unfold, leg after leg, as you see this sort of half Black Widow spider body crowned with the figure of this beautiful woman. She's beyond anything you've ever seen. Like, as you look at her, just this perfect, like, gray sheen skin with this long hair in these tresses, and there's, like, this aubergine gown sort of thing, like, draped across her body. And she looks down at everything happening here, and you can't help it. You feel just fear moves through you, looking through this figure there, perched atop of this monolith.
Okay, no, Kara, like, she, like, is just, this is, oh my god, it's just so full of dread and horror. She just, like, can't even help it. She just, like, goes and just throws up a little bit, or she tries.
Yeah, there's nothing in your stomach, just, like, there's nothing on your person, so you're, like...
She's just, like, heaving in a corner, trying to get her shit together.
Yeah, and the absolute presence of true evil is there in front of you, and she is massive. I mean, she easily, this form stands about, 18, 20 feet tall, perched on this, and the matron mother, Arafel, she turns towards you and just gives this, like, awful smile, and then falls prostrate immediately on the ground, looking up at this woman here who has appeared. And Loth begins to speak. And as she does, with each word, like, the rumble of a deity's voice shakes your very bones. It's like being in the front row of, like, a stadium concert, everything she says, with this silky smooth quality to it. So, it seems one of my children has found herself in trouble. You call me to face against this? And she, like, flicks a fingertip, and you feel, like, this gust of air kind of move back as she does so. And Arafel is, my lady, I do not know what dark magic has pulled me here, but something wishes to interfere with me and your will. We must eliminate whatever this threat is. I thought it should be brought to your attention, my lady. Do not presume anything, Arafel. You failed to kill this one once before. So, the only reason I am here, I see 3 souls that I will take. Finally, and for real. Do we have an understanding, Arafel? Yes. Yes, my lady. Anything you ask.
Oh, Kara's getting real hot in the face.
Mm-hmm. Good. Very good. Well then, we shall have our way with them. And as you're looking, like you you kind of finally manage to like draw your eyes up to like take in Lolth as she's before you. There's something odd about her. It's like she's not fully material. There's like a ghost like
Hmm.
quality to her, or like an image like quality, like a projection as opposed to the true thing. And you find that now that you're
Okay.
like looking at her, it's like her power sort of diminishes around you. And you hear your father's voice from behind you as Pharrellin says, "I do not think the gods can truly be in this place. I don't think that's Lolth."
And Kara furrows her brow in deep thinking, and I mean, if this is limbo, it's supposed to be nobody's place. So I mean, that would make sense.
Precisely. And you see this Lolth image figure, Shadow Lolth, crawls down the side of this monolith closer and closer to Arafel, who you see is sweating. Kobe, you can see the sweat, like as Lolth is approaching her. And with this flash, like mist almost, the Lolth in front of you is subsumed, like into the body of Arafel. You see her disappear, and like Arafel's body rocks and writhes like as this happens, and then like snaps up with this new confidence and youth that Arafel just didn't have before. And as she turns and looks, you see her eyes are this black, obsidian black, like beyond normal drow. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
like true night that's turning to look at you here. And you hear Lolth's voice come out of Arafel's mouth. "Well then, let's ensure this fight goes exactly how I want it to." You see black shadows form as a staff forms in the matron mother's hand. Let's roll some initiative.
Oh boy!
Come on down. We're gonna fight a god. Da da da. Let's roll some
Like
shit.
you.
All right, so I have given you a few stats here.
Mm-hmm.
So Morgan, your father, is using the champion stats. And then Pharrellin, your father, is using the war priest stats.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, chat. Kara has to kill a god with a candlestick.
Yeah. It was Kara in the Drow village with the
With
candlestick.
the candlestick. Okay. Let me roll. All
Let
right.
me rock.
Ha ha ha. Well, I didn't do great on Dex, which is good news for you. Okay. All right. And what did you get?
Kara got a 15.
Okay. And Ferlin?
He got an 8.
Okay. And Morgan?
A 19.
Okay. That's where you get it from. Your fighty dad. Okay. Good rolls are inherited in the family.
It's true.
All right.
We're such a faithful family.
Yes. All right. So as this all is happening, you see now that the matron mother slash Lolth is striding forward now, and yes, this black shadow staff has appeared in her hand, and you see that armor made again of these twisting shadows and webs is just like being conjured and appearing to drape her body here. All right, and then we're up to Morgan. What's he gonna do?
Oh boy. He is. Sorry, just to make sure I have this right. Morgan is which stat block again?
Champion.
Champion. Okay, there we go. Okay, yes. He's going. He's gonna.
No weapons. You can have like a 2x4 that he picked up.
Cool.
Oh no, he has the shitty axe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, he's got his shitty axe. So he's going to take that and he is going to run at her and slash.
Okay.
That will be a 22.
Okay. That will hit.
Which is my damage die be for shitty axe.
1d8.
That is 7.
Okay. Yeah, so your father runs forward and swings this axe into like this shadow armor, and you hear how cute.
And it'll be a 14 to hit on his second attack.
14 will not hit. It will bounce off of the shadowy armor. All right.
Excellent.
And then Kara, we are at you. And Kara, you hear a voice in the back of your head. A voice that you heard not too long ago, though you're having trouble placing exactly where. And it says, "Here, use mine." And you feel something warm in your hands as you see this golden blade, like light starts to appear, and it's a handle of a weapon that starts to manifest with this heavy hammerhead on one side as a war hammer appears in your hand, made out of pure golden light. And you find yourself being draped in the same like golden armor, almost to match like the pure opposite of what's happening to Matron Mother on the other side. And she says, "What? Who's doing this?" And you hear this booming voice echo from around the chamber. "Lolth, you will not have them." And this shaking like happens again, and Pharrellin is looking around like, "Moradin?" Like, and he bows. He drops on the floor. He doesn't know where this is coming from, but you are encased in this golden light with this war hammer in your hands now. Let me give you some quick stats.
Oh boy.
This is a +3 warhammer.
Okay.
It does 1d8 bludgeoning damage plus 4d8 radiant damage.
Okay. 4d8? Oh my god.
Yep. While you hold Moradin's hammer, you emit a 30-foot aura. You have advantage on saving throws against magic. All allies within 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against magic. You are all immune to fear.
Nice.
And you heal 10 points every round that you hold the hammer.
Hell yeah. I'm so into this. Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. It's so beautiful.
The voice of the Dwarven Allfather shakes the temple, and for the first time, Arafel/Lolth looks nervous. And it is your turn.
Oh, Kara just immediately holds the warhammer aloft, and this like nova pulse of light just echoes from it. And you hear Dragon Force playing in the background.
Somewhere. Somebody left a boombox on. Hell yeah.
And she is going to use her bonus action to rage as she is filled with the holy rage of light. And swing this beautiful hammer at this lady.
You can try.
That is an 18.
Ah, yes, that will just hit.
Oh yeah. And
roll those 5d8s.
Oh yeah. Do you want me to break up the radiant and the
I don't think it matters for her. It does not. So just go for it.
Okay. 16. 22 damage.
Ooh, what does it look like when this hammer hits her?
Oh man, you just like as soon as the hammer makes contact, instead of it being like a loud thump, it's just like you just hear a chorus of church bells as she just takes a blow from this holy relic.
Yeah, and as the shadow armor is hit, you see it like cracking and like having to reform itself, and she's like, Moradin, no, why would you interfere now?
And she makes her second attack, which is a 17.
Yes, that will hit. The 17 is your number.
Sweet. All right, and that's 5, 11, 14, 20 damage.
Oh.
No, sorry, 23. Because the plus 3.
Yes.
Mm, 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 mm.
Yeah, and you can tell you are dealing surprising blows that she is not expecting.
And she's gonna action surge, so let's do it again!
Oh, no!
Yes! She is unstoppable! Woohoo! That is going to be a 29 and a 27 to hit.
Oh, you know those hit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just wanted to add it up. All those numbers.
All those good numbers.
All those good numbers. 10, 24, 25. So that's 31 for the first hit. And 9, 13, 9, 14, 20, an additional 26. As she is just swinging this warhammer just recklessly, just with no care that she could possibly get hit, is just swinging and just oh my god, just so has never felt so like full in her life, just letting this 3 years of shit, letting it all go.
Here's therapy. Yep. And you feel so calm, like even in the midst of like, yes, you're raging, but there's like this rock solid thing inside of you, like this support that just you've never quite felt before, just this knowledge that you are doing the right thing is so clear to you. And as you're driving this woman back, like in her shadowy armor with this golden hammer, she is just hissing. And Arafel's face too is changing as this is happening. It's actually growing more spider-like as it's stretching out, and pieces of the skin are becoming chitinous just with the stress of having to hold back your blows. So she's going to go ahead and take a legendary action here and cast Spirit Guardians. So you see these swirling webs of spiders and spider webs begin to appear around her in these shadowy forms.
Because she's within 5 feet of me and she's casting a spell, I'm going to use my Mage Slayer attack to use my reaction to attack her.
Boo!
Ah!
Mage Slayer? What?
Yeah!
What?
It's definitely going to hit.
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I don't care.
And that is 19 damage.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, and then she's like, and is gonna still cast Spirit Guardians. So I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw, please.
That will be a 15.
This is against magic, so you get advantage on that roll.
That is a 19.
Okay, the 19 will do it. Okay. So you're only going to take half damage here. So half of 18. So you are going to take 9 necrotic damage as this happens, and the spiders are spinning around here. Okay, you are also considered now this is difficult terrain, that these spiders are just crawling all over the place. Oh, wait, no. I was looking at the wrong one. Nope. So yeah, these spiders still are surrounding her and are going to be like chipping away at you as you are close to her. Wisdom. Okay, perfect. And now she's going to actually take her turn, since that was a legendary. Oh my gosh, there's just so much going on. Ooh, holy aura. Dang. Yes. Wonderful. That's a bonus action. Love it. Okay, I need you to go ahead and make me a charisma saving throw, please.
Okay. Whoop. Is
With
this also magic?
yes. Oh, it's all magic.
Wow, that is hot garbage, though. That is charisma, a 9.
Cool. All right. You are going to go ahead and take 40 points of damage.
Holy shit.
And you are deafened for 1 minute as she casts a divine word upon you. Let's see what the deafened condition does, shall we? Okay, you just can't hear and automatically fail any ability check that requires hearing. So,
Yeah.
there's just a ringing in your ears now at this point. It's actually sort of pleasant because now you can't hear the spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel a lot more
You
focused
just
now.
hear your blood raging, which is pretty common. Yeah, and so that was a bonus action. So, oh my god, Matron Mother, CR20, love it. All right, so she is going to whip around with this staff now that's swirling around her and try and thwap you with it. So here we go. All right, is a 20 going to hit you?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll roll for the second attack. 18?
The second attack does not.
Okay. All right, so with the 10 to hit, yes. Bludgeoning. Only 5 bludgeoning damage. Oh, and 4d6 psychic damage.
Well, that will make me unconscious.
Hang on. 5,
Okay.
6, 12 psychic damage.
Okay.
You unconscious?
Yep.
All right. And you hear... Oh, you don't hear laughter as you fall to the ground. All right. And we move to Pharrell's turn.
Ooh, okay. So he is going to cast, seeing his baby.
His baby! No!
Seeing his baby get hit. He is going to cast Healing Word.
Yay!
At a 3rd level.
Yay, God-fearing dad.
Yeah. So I will get back 2, 3, 6, 7. Oh, plus what's this thingy? Ooh, 10. Okay, I'll get back 10.
Car gets back up again. You are no longer deafened.
Nice.
Hell yeah. And you see Arafel Loth looks down at you and she's like, ugh. As this happens. All right, and then we jump to Morgan.
All right, he seeing his wee baby daughter get
Don't hurt
hit.
my baby.
No one hurts my baby. He's gonna take his shitty axe and he's gonna swing at her.
And as he swings, this shitty axe is encased in a golden light.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you hear that same voice said, I had a little extra left over. So go ahead and roll with his normal damage on the stat block.
Sweet.
And his AC too, as they... So basically, Moradin buffs them out to come back up to their full equipment now. So it's you and your dad's swathed in Moradin's loving light.
Beautiful. All right, so the first hit is a 16.
Nope.
And second hit is a 22, so that one will do it. Where are my d6? That will be 13 damage.
Ooh. Gross. And I hate it.
Oh, wait, plus 2 more. Oh, wait. Ooh, plus 2 more d6.
Yeah, champions are mean.
An additional 4.
Ugh.
Nice. That is his turn.
Okay, sweet. All right, and then we come to Kara's turn, who is, let's see, starting... I believe you have to go ahead and roll a wisdom against her spirit guardians. Swirling spiders, swirling
Oh, hell yeah.
spiders.
Natural 20. Fuck you, guardians.
Boo, you're still going to take half damage.
Fine.
Okay, well, let's see.
Oh, and I gain 10 because I'm
You do.
holding...
Yep, so you gain 10 points back. Okay, so 15 damage cut in half is going to be 7 damage. Still up?
Yeah, sure am.
Thanks, Morden. You're a cool god. All right. So then it is
Yes.
proceed.
It is my turn. So she's going to use her what is that fighter thing called where you get back second wind. She's gonna use her bonus action to get a second
Yes.
wind.
Oh my god, it's been so long since you've used that.
Oh, nice. A 10 plus her fighter level is 14. I know, I don't have a healer now. I'm so sad. And then she's gonna use her action to attack. Wow.
Interesting move.
Yes. Both
Yeah.
of these are going to hit with a dirty 20 and a 21.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. 10, 17, 25, 29 plus 9 is 38.
Cool.
And the damage from the second one will be 15, 20, 24, 26, 35.
Ow.
And that's her turn.
Very cool, very cool. Not
Yeah.
yeah, she's not looking so hot. Like the shadows are having a hard time like maintaining, and you see it's like as you look at Arafel, it's like something is moving underneath her skin. Like perhaps the deity inside her just isn't feeling comfortable in this broken ass body anymore. Okay. And let me see here. So legendary action. All right, great. So she's gonna go ahead and like snap her fingers, and you see this floating scythe appears behind you and moves to try and to hit you. Spiritual weapon. Okay.
Oh, I use my reaction to fucking smack her because she's casting a spell. Yes. Taste my hate. That's gonna hit.
Taste my hate. Oh my god. Yes.
14, 19, 21, 24, 33.
Okay. And you hear, it's Arafel's voice that comes in through here. I should have killed you when I had the chance.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, bitch.
All right. And then, so that's going to be a 27 to hit you with the spiritual weapon.
Oh, yeah, that does it.
All right, let's see what the bad boy damage on this does. Very good. Okay. Plus your spellcasting modifier. That's so high. All right, that's only going to be 6 points of damage. And it is force damage.
Okay.
Okay. So that was her legendary. So now she's going to take her turn. So. Cool. That's fun. No, I think she wants to cast a spell. Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. What's she gonna cast? She's gonna cast Cure Wounds as an 8th level spell slot.
What the fuck?
Yeah!
Okay.
Yeah, baby!
Okay.
8th level spell slot. Damn. Alright, I'm doing a dice roller, cause shit.
Yeah, real.
Okay. Woo! She suddenly looks a lot better. She is, fighting you. You see, yeah, she, like, puts a hand away from her staff, and it glows in this black and, like, green light, and she, like, strokes it over her face, and you begin to see, like, all the shadow armor starting to repair herself. She's like, I haven't lived this long through foolishness. Yes. Okay, and then we go to Pharrellin.
Oh boy. Okay, so he's going to cast Prayer of Healing as a 4th level. So me and my dads are gonna get hit points.
Fine. This is just a healing round, I guess.
Yeah, it sure is.
Sure is.
So 48. 20.
Ooh, look at those 21 little hit points.
28. Oh, plus your spellcasting ability. Oh, sweet. 31. Nice. 31.
Thanks, Dad.
Love you, Dad. And yeah, that is his turn.
Okay. All right, then we bounce up to Morgan.
Oh boy. He's gonna smack. Smack or gonna smack.
You know what? Now that he's here, he's gonna have to make wisdom saving throws against spirit guardians.
Oh,
as
yeah.
Well.
Champion. Wisdom, you said?
Yes.
15.
He's rolling with advantage because he's within 30 feet.
Oh, right. Whoopsies. Oh, 19.
Ooh, fine. That's the number. So he's gonna take 4 points of damage. Fine.
Sweet.
All right. Sweet. And then go forth.
Oh yes, time to smack.
Hit my lady.
Oh, first hit, that's only a 13.
Nah, dog.
Second attack is a 19.
Damn it.
And 8 plus 3 is 11. 15 damage.
Ugh. Okay. No, why? Why my own NPCs betray me? Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Then we bounce down to your turn. Wisdom saving throw, please.
Yes, and I gain 10 hit points.
Yeah. What about it?
What do you want? Oh dang, that is an 8.
With advantage?
Yep.
Okay. I got 17 on my roll.
All right. Ouchies.
All right. So 17 from the spiritual weapon. And then go for it.
Oh yes. All right. So she is going to use her bonus action to attack as she frenzies, and that's a 16. All right. Action to attack.
No. No. 5, 2 in one night. That's it. Come on. Keep throwing them at me. I love it. I expect nothing less.
Yes. Oh, I'm gonna roll 10 d8s. I'm so happy.
Fuck.
Oh god, it's gonna be so many. I can't even count this high.
I can't.
So it's 24 plus. Plus 21, so that is 45. 49 plus 9 is 58 damage.
What? Where are you hitting her? What does that look like? God.
Oh god. It was
God.
Right to the badge.
That's a hammer. Wow. Oh god. Oh, I'm dying inside just thinking about it. Okay. All right.
Holy cut punch, Batman.
It's an uppercut. Oh god. Oh god.
We're doing the Lord's work.
Bless you, Moradin. Bless you.
Oh god. So that was attack number 1. Attack number 2.
I don't think we can top this. I think we have to end the podcast.
It's over. We win. We won D&D. That's definitely gonna hit, but it's not a natural 20. Of course.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
29 damage.
Are you shitting? 29 is the exact number of fucking damage that you needed. Please tell me how you kill Matron Mother Arabelle.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do a victory lap after this. Kara, swings in with the uppercut, and then it just it catches her off balance, and she just throws herself back, and she keeps swinging the hammer up over her head, and then just blam, just hits her right in the spine. You hear this bone curdling crunch as her spine just just gets bludgeoned to dust, and she falls on the ground.
Yeah. As you, just destroy the body of this woman who has tortured you and your family for decades. She crumples, just almost like a rag doll. Like, she's so old and frail now as she lies broken, like, on the floor at your feet. And just all movement stops within her until you see this large, like, it starts as very small, like tarantula size, kind of skitters away from the body of of Arafel, and it becomes bigger and bigger until it's just this very large, shadowy spider that has that same quality that Lolth had before, with that sort of fade in, like, ghost quality, and it, like, turns around and kind of, like, raises its two arms, like, in that, like, I'm gonna fight you spider way, and you suddenly feel this, like, this just, like, uncomfortable, like, release, like, goes away. That rock steady presence in you just dissipates as stepping out from you there is a dwarf that you see in front of you with just immaculate coal black locks, as he steps forward, but now this time he's not dressed in a burlap sack. There aren't coins over his eyes. He is in just this golden armor that's carved in these amazing sigils. And he turns towards you, and his eyes glow with that warm heat of a forge, as he smiles. And, pardon me, could I have that back?
And Kara looks like she's got these big old sad puppy dog eyes, and she's like, okay. Just like,
and he a booming laugh that actually, like, shakes the floor of the room, and he goes and he walks forward and, like, raises the hammer, and the spider is just like and, like, kind of scuttles away, and he says, Lolth, I cannot do you harm in this place, but leave now and never bother this family again. They're under my protection. And she's like, and, like, kind of just shuffles off into the darkness. And he turns, and both Morgan and Pharrellin are, like, jaw dropped, like, staring. And Pharrellin's like, my lord, thank you. I can't. And Moradin holds up a hand. I was not able to intervene when all of this happened to you. I regret that. But I am here now, and I can do what I can to get you out of this place. All of you. And Kara, well, you don't belong here at all.
oh God, I hope not.
Well, I hate to cut this reunion short, but Pharrellin, Morgan, if you are ready, you have fought well. You are honorable and valiant spirits, and have earned a seat at my table. And both of them, like, drop very low and sort of look over towards you. Kara, your time in the material world is not done. Great peril faces you. For the price you paid to get here, it shall wreak havoc upon the land, and someone must be there to stop it. A child of Nerul is free, walking about the earth in the Avatar.
Oh yeah, I know. We're gonna have some words.
Indeed. I name you, Kara Brunhilde, my emissary in this matter. Take what I can offer you, go forth, make the dwarves proud, and stop this evil. For if it succeeds, all the world will perish.
And she kneels before Moradin on the ground and raises her fist up as if to make a solemn vow. You have my word. You have my axe.
Thank you, child of the stone. And he places like one like hand upon your head, and just like even that, just the searing like radiance of it sort of like burns a little bit, and he like very quickly takes it off. Well, I shall give you all a moment, but then we must be leaving. And he sort of takes a couple steps back to like clear the space here. And Pharrellin and Morgan are standing there, and they are just beaming at you.
And she's like, see, I told you I was a good fighter.
You, I never doubted you would be, unlike some of us. and Pharrellin just like laughs, and then Morgan just pulls you in for a hug, and just, I am so proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
And Pharrellin like comes in and pulls you away for a hug too, and he's like, you are going to do incredible things. You got us here, you broke us out, you fought with a god. Kara, well, we always knew it. I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Well, I couldn't have done it without the world's greatest fathers. So,
They, Kara, if you ever need us, we will be there for you. Now that we have a seat at Moradin's table, now that our family is restored, call upon us. Whenever you need it, call upon our family's strength. It is within you. You have proved it 100 times over. You must simply ask, and it will be there. And Morgan is like, whenever things get emotional, he gets really like tight-lipped, and is
like stone-faced.
He's just nodding like really vigorously, trying not to cry.
I know you will always be by my side, as you have always been in my heart. And she pulls him in for like one last hug.
Mm-hmm. They do, and it's group hug, and you hear Moradin's voice. Well, we must be going. When you wake, you will be back with your companions. The memory of what has transpired here will fade after a time. So I suggest you write it down.
Noted.
Well, Kara, until we meet again, I hope it is not too soon.
And she bows very deeply before him.
And he nods, and he places a hand on Pharrellin and Morgan's shoulders, and they are beaming at you as they disappear in a golden flash of light. And the world begins to fade for you, kind of the same way it all appeared. This mist rolls in, and it fades to black. And that is the end of the episode. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in to the end of Kara's arc. Yeah. How you doing good over there?
Oh, man. I've been at, like, literally at the edge of my seat for, like, an hour.
How's that edge of the seat? It's pointy. Yes, thank you everybody so much for joining us. This is really exciting. We've been working towards this point because Kara is going to be doing some serious respecking of her character. So
you'll get to find out what next time.
Yeah, so we'll be back with that in 2 weeks. All of the maidens will be leveling up, which is awesome as we've closed out this arc, and we're moving into the 4th arc of our story, which is the final arc of Venture Maidens. Shit's about to go down. Things are getting so wild. Yeah. Oh man, I'm like so hyped right now. I'm like, oh, I'm
I'm not gonna be
dying.
able to sleep. I'm just gonna be thinking about
Yeah,
this
like,
all night.
um,
Yeah.
cool. You sort of fought Lolth, man.
Oh
Awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got to fight with my
baby.
god inside me.
Ah, yes. All right. Well, thank you all again for being here. This was super special. Chat was super lit. I have been your dungeon master, Celeste Konowich.
And I am your battle-worn, badass
Yes.
barbarian, Carbonhilda, played by
Yes,
Sage.
golf clap. Yes, well, everyone, if you enjoyed the show, if this was your first time here, wow, what an
Really
episode.
intense.
But please, if you're here, follow us on social media, on Twitter at Venture Maidens, on Facebook Venture Maidens, on Instagram at Venture Maidens. Check us out if you like our show. Check out our podcast form that'll come out of this episode. Maybe leave us a rating and review. Follow us on the website. Tell your best friends in the world that you like us. Tell your enemies. I don't even know, man, but do it. Check out our Patreon. There's a bunch of cool stuff. I think I'm gonna have JB put Morden's hammer on there. So if you want to check that out, yeah, you can get Venture Maidens items monthly. So yeah, that's that. But you all are great. And until next time, venture away! Venture away, everybody. Oh my god, it's so intense with two people. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm stopping.